if you don't have the Grassroots, you don't have the artists in Wembley Stadium. Like, you don't have that trajectory. Like, take Ed Sheeran. If he gigged 250, if not 300 gigs a year, he was, you see him now and you either love him or you hate him or whatever you think of his music now. He had a route and he had a way of gaining an audience, and he hustled. He worked incredibly hard. But if there's nowhere to go to do that, how do you get to the next level? And arts and culture are a huge economic push to, like, it's not a small industry, and it's not without financial reward for the government and for people in the country. So I just don't know why. I'm like, if there's no arts and culture, what is there to live for? And music is so important, and everyone talks about how much music means to them, but they're not walking into the venues because the venues are struggling. They're not maybe putting on the artists that maybe you'd want to see, or maybe it's too expensive, or you're not hearing about it. The marketing isn't there. It's just, it's a very, very complicated topic.
There's a lot of disconnects. And if I have you back, we can just do a whole episode on that. We're actually planning to do some round tables and things on this in the coming months. So I'll let you know.
Yeah, please do.
So the question I'm asking everyone, which is kind of related to the last question, is if you had the 400 million that Spotify paid Joe Rogan, or the 666 million, I think I worked out that one of the founders recently exited from the company, how would you spend it? What infrastructure or what platform would you build in order to shape the future of music? And maybe to build that ecosystem you talked about at the start.
Yeah, if there was a way for me to be, I would hire a team of engineers, and I would build my own platform where people can genuine, like, it would be, I guess it would essentially be a Patreon, but with searchable, like the YouTube element of like, oh, you like this and you like that and you watched and you listened to that. So it would be just an amalgamation of that. But it would, I think the thing that I would really love to see is just the middle class musician being taken care of. So, whether that's resources in terms of finances or advice or, technology or equipment, just giving them the platform and the security to be able to take risks and make bad stuff as well. Because no one remembers David Bowie's bad albums, but there was some bad music in every artist. There's been some bad music, but the cream rises, and that's what your legacy is. And if you're not making the bad stuff and you can't afford to make bad stuff, and you're feeling so just thwarted by the industry that you're going into, you're just not going to take the risks to really make something great. And I mean, just some kind of safe space. And it doesn't even take 400 million. So that's what I would do. And that's, I'm trying to think of ways of like how I get myself secure enough that I can start, but I'm not secure. And so, trying to figure out the blueprint and trying to share audiences as well. I mean,
we used to have amazing compilation series. You could get people tuning into a radio show, magazines, like all of these things cross-pollinated audiences. And I think there's something about the creator economy that has made the silos that people exist within stronger. Like even MySpace had top 8s where people showed off like other things you should go check out. And I think there's definitely a lot in there from what you just said. So I've got one last question for you. I noticed you've started making documentaries with Nebula. Do you feel like that's going to be the future for, I'm going to use it in scare quotes, YouTubers like yourself? Do you think that making kind of deeper, longer form commissioned content, do you think that's maybe where things are starting to shift?
Maybe, but I learned a lot from making my own documentaries, and I've made made a few now of varying degrees. The longest just now being out about Dire Straits. I've made one about my own initial acoustic album called Songbook and the process of that. I've made one about, the history of a guitar manufacturer called Martin. I think I don't really have the resources and the time to be able to make the documentaries that I dream of making because of the YouTube machine needing to be fed. So I would love more time, but right now, even us learning that, pushing ourselves to do something like that, and then realizing, you know what, we really know how to make a great 10-minute video, but we need to be making a 10-minute video every day to survive. So I also have to think about the next album, of which I have maybe 30 songs, but none of them are good. And I have to look at them and go, oh God, like I've got 3 okay songs for the next album. How does that come to fruition unless I really put my undivided attention? So I'm just learning to focus. Other YouTubers in other fields or in just different parts of their career, if they're interested in that, they should go make that, because I want to be watching longer form stuff. I'm watching YouTube on my TV just like a lot of other people. It's my more creative Netflix, I'd say. But yeah, I learned a lot. I will be doing more in future. I think they're just going to be a bit more personality driven, of things I'm going to deep dive in and parts of my history that I want to explore deeper, maybe more than music history that's already existed, I think.
So an AI agent could take over making your YouTube channel, and you could spend more time making music and documentaries. But you love making the YouTube videos.
I've been a deep fake this whole time. Yeah, this isn't even me. Exactly. This isn't real.
Yeah. That's my big fear. I was like, can I? No, there's no glitches. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been really interesting, and I hope that people dive into some more of your videos, because I think there's a lot in there, and I might drop some clips into this episode as well, because I think there's lots of really valuable things. And like, that's the thing, put valuable things out even on a platform where it's free to consume, and that's kind of how the system works, isn't it? So I think trying to figure out how people create that sort of echo that sits alongside their music and kind of brings people in feels like the thing that you've really maybe mastered. I don't know whether that would, if you feel like you've mastered it. Yeah, I knew you were going to react like that.
Definitely have not mastered it. Learning every day, getting a kick in the face every day too. I think if we can all just think of how we can educate each other by telling stories, I think that's the only way we're going to break through and, not necessarily change people's minds, but help evolve each other. And just, gradually, bit by bit, just realize what art is again, because it is very, very important.